By the way, I don't know if some of you guys know, but somebody in the comments was saying like, typical stuff. Oh, you're not a TI, blah blah. Listen, just because I make these videos, the reason why you're seeing me making these videos now is because this is me at my peak. I evolved. You know what I'm saying? Through every single stage and level and layer of gang stalking I went through, from homelessness for 10 years, from literally being targeted by the government, from being targeted by the RCMP, the cops. They were fucking with my health file. I was blackballed and blacklisted from everywhere, and I've never even been to half of these places. And I walk in, and they're like, "Sorry, you have to leave." And I'm like, "I've never even been here before. I don't even know what you're talking about." And they're like, "Yeah, sorry, you're not welcome here." And I'm like at a restaurant, like it was insane. Like I went through fucking crazy shit. Like the hospital tried to kill me. Like I was at the homeless shelter, tried to fucking put glass in my food and shit. I found glass in my food. Like they were poisoning me and shit. Like I was getting poisoned. Like, bro, I went through every single fucking level of gang stalking. I was getting fucking smashed on. I was almost gonna kill myself. Like every aspect of my life was completely fucking destroyed, and I was getting, it was like their foot on my fucking throat, pressing until it was almost over. You know what I'm saying? Like I was homeless. I had nothing. I fucking, bro, I I'm still suffering. Like my health is still, it took a toll on my health and my mental health. You know what I'm saying? It really fucking damaged me permanently. I'm not even the same anymore because of it. But the thing is that I did overcome it. I didn't kill myself. All of the fucking the tactics and all of the bullshit that was happening fucked right off. Like it took 10 years of fierce fighting back, like strategic, methodical, fucking exhausting. It sacrifice. Like I had to do fucking shit that was uncomfortable. Like I had to switch the game up. I had to relocate several times. I had to live outside instead of the shelter. I had to live in the fucking forest with grizzly bears and fucking mountain lions and shit, where I could die from that shit. You know what I'm saying? I went through homelessness for almost a decade. Like it was insane. I was, like I was getting targeted on every level, a civilian level, a police level, a government level, a spiritual level. It was complete annihilation, right? So it's like, don't tell me that I didn't fucking pay for my way. You know what I'm saying? I survived some shit that probably should have killed me. That's killing everybody else. Everyone else is dying from all the TIs. Annie, I remember watching her videos and shit and everything, bro. Like I saw her die. You know what I'm saying? I saw people die, and they wouldn't stop mentally. They couldn't leave it alone. All they could do is talk about their fucking targeting, and it made them mentally and physically sick until it killed them, because that's what the program is designed to do. The more attention and energy that you give it, the more it manifests, and the more that they see that it's effective and it's working on you, because you're saying ow, 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 I'm getting fucked over, everything hurts, like I'm sick, this, I'm getting fucking cooked from microwave shit, blah blah blah, energy weapon. The more that you say that that shit's working, the more that they fucking press harder, because they're like, oh shit, it's working. Max it by fucking 1,000 degrees. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just gonna turn it up. They're just gonna fucking, once they know, it's like a pack of coyotes. Once they know you're injured, they're on you. You know what I'm saying? You're doing that to yourself. And when I started realizing that, when I was going through it and doing that shit, and it was happening to me, and I was freaking out, I was gonna kill myself. I was fucking losing my mind. I was like, I had enough. I couldn't take it anymore. And once I realized what was happening and I was getting played, I stopped fucking responding. Even though I was suffering. My health, everything. I was suffering, but I suffered in silence, and I made it seem like it wasn't even fucking affecting me. And then other TIs were like, oh, he fucking gave in, or he fucking switched sides or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I literally stopped acting like I was being affected by what was happening. Even though I was being affected, I acted like I wasn't. So it actually threw, it's like a reverse psychology fucking tactic. This is the game that they play. They're like CIA, FBI motherfucker. You have to get on their level and do things the way they do shit. Beat them at their own fucking game instead of running away from it. Take it and use it against its own self and destroy it with it. That's the only thing that can fucking kill it. Give it its own pill. That's what I figured out. And I was like, okay. So I just started acting like I wasn't being affected. Tactics weren't working. I just kept being resilient, pushing through. Started making YouTube videos. The fucking thing started going viral. There was 63,000 views, 35,000 views, fucking 25,000 views on my videos showing what I was going through with being targeted and going through gang stalking and shit. Like so then I was really, and then I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, now my videos are blowing up. I'm like one of the most known TIs on the internet now. I got like over 60,000 views on one video. I know there's other TIs that have that much views and stuff, but I was up there. I was one of the main guys exposing it, and it was insane. You guys got to go see it. Like, I'll leave some links in the description for you guys to go back. Look at when these videos were uploaded 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Like, bro, I'm telling you, when you guys watch these videos, you're gonna be like, holy fuck, this guy really went through the whole thing. The whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And it was the most insane shit I've ever experienced in my life. And even the car, even on the street level, there was fucking like 20 white cars that just pulled up in a single sequence, started fucking parking and turning and like stopped in the middle of the street, did a U-E, and all of them just went in their different directions. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, I've been alive long enough to know that that doesn't happen normally. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, okay. And then it just kept happening, and I'm like, okay, this is hilarious. Like, if this many people are willing to articulate together to try to seriously actually target me and fuck with me, and I'm not even that much of an important person, like, what the fuck, right? Like, why you could use your energy in so many other better ways, or you could actually, like, where it counts or something, and I just couldn't believe. I thought it was hilarious. It was the most entertaining thing. But after a long time, it just started to become stressful, and and then they started getting at me in real sick ways, like getting my incomes cut off, and fucking, making it so I couldn't get a job, and I get fired and blacklisted from everywhere for no fucking reason. People are just slandering me, defamation, like fucking framing me. The cops try to charge me illegal, like falsely. It was fucking crazy. I was like, holy shit. Like, I started getting serious. Like, I was like, survival now. Then it's fight or flight. I got stuck in that for a long time, but I beat the fucking game. I'm the wrong motherfucker, bro. Like, I'm from the street. Like, bro, I'm a survivor. I've fucking beat the game, dog. Like, I beat jail. I beat the street life. I beat the fucking my enemies. I fucking beat the system. I beat the government. I beat fucking everything, man. All glory to God, though. You know what I mean? It wasn't me. It was God that did it. But a lot of you don't want to believe in that either, so you don't have much of a defense, or you're not really tapped into that power, the power of God and his protection, man. And you don't believe in a God. You think that's a part of the program and stuff like that because of the Freemasons, and because, which, obviously there is lots of Freemasons that are involved, and a lot of police are Freemasons, and they're all, yeah, like that's what they do. But what I'm saying is that not everything is gang stalking and gang stalkers, and that's what the program wants you to believe. So you turn against yourself, you turn against everybody, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a war, and you can't trust anybody, and then you become isolated. Then they got you, then they can really pick you off, then they can fucking it's a mental attack. It's insane. It's massively strategic. But I had to get strategic and methodical myself, and I did, because I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna fucking get beat, bro. You're gonna kill yourself trying to fuck with me. I'm telling you, don't fucking play with me. That's my attitude, bro. I don't care. I'll keep going all the way. It's a fight to the fucking death, and I'm smarter than you motherfuckers. I survived in the street 10, 15 years around fucking criminals and gangsters and fucking all types of manipulative fucking sneaky snake motherfuckers trying to, get at you. Suit and tie all the way down to the fucking street level gangsters and shit. Like, bro, I'm telling you, I've done it, been through all of it. But I started leveling up. I started, one piece at a time, but it started by suffering and enduring without saying anything. And I just took that shit for like fucking 4 or 5 years. I was homeless. I was living out of a tent. I've made documentaries about it. Just, I was recording it to show people like this shit is happening, man. Like, and nobody believes me, and it's like, but anyways, my point being is that people are trying to act like I'm not a TI. Go look me up. You know what I'm saying? Go look me up. But anyways, I'll link some videos of my gang stalking videos that you guys can watch. Um, uploaded like 5, 6, 7 years ago when that's how long this has been going on. And it was going on longer before that. But man, I did a series of things that changed the dynamic of everything. It just threw the fucking program right off its pivot. Like, I just strategically just kept methodically moving and doing shit. Like, it was exhausting. I'm not gonna lie. It took all of my energy. It actually probably made me fucking physically ill. Like, but I knew that there was a way, and regardless, I wasn't going to accept defeat. So I am going to keep moving. It doesn't matter. So I was literally doing all kinds of shit. Like, I was living outside, going town to town to town. I was homeless at the time. Why am I gonna stay in one spot and get fucking picked off? Like the way I was going to the shelters, they're poisoning me. Like, all the resources are false. They're all abusive. The fucking people that work at these places are abusive. It's all a part of the fucking program, and it's like that's how you get washed up. So I learned how to survive outside for fucking years. I got healthier, I got stronger, I got away from the fucking energy weapons. They didn't know where to fucking hit me with them anymore. I'm out in the fucking middle of nowhere, bro. Like, what are you, think you're fucking, Elon or some shit? You don't fucking have fucking satellites up there to just fucking zap me in the middle of nowhere, unless you're fucking like Snowden or something, like maybe, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't even get him yet. So it's like, fuck, bro, there's a way. I'm telling you, there's a way to beat this shit. So when I went out into the bush like that, not too much. Like, I was just outside of town, like where I walk into town every day and go to get to the resources that I need. And I got collected water. Like, I did some shit, bro. Like, it was crazy. And I'm from the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a city boy. I'm not even fucking like that. I'm not even built. Never have been. But I adapt. That's why, I made that name. Corey Resilient. But anyways, I don't know, just people are, I make these hacking videos to educate people on how these things actually work in real life, because 99.8% of targeted individuals are completely wrong about how hacking works. And they think the craziest fucking shit that doesn't exist. And it makes them even more paranoid, because if you were to believe something onto that degree, you're gonna be fucking, you will become paranoid all the time. You're in fear of your fucking existence. Everything. You can't live like that. You have to take control, and knowledge is fucking power, and that's how you regain power over the power that has been taken away from you by the elites. This is how this shit works. I'm telling you, man. Anyways, crazy, man. Anyways, so I make these hacking videos. I listen to this. I was homeless for 10 plus years, okay? And the entire 10 years, I was learning cybersecurity, security penetration testing. Look it up. Security penetration testing. Google it. Educate yourself what that is. You think that I'm just making this shit up? This is highly technical stuff. You have to learn a new language, basically. You have to learn Linux, which it's to use Kali Linux, which is a specific operating system only designed and made for cybersecurity professionals and security penetration testers. Security penetration tester, that is the term that you need to Google. Okay, so it's the only operating system specifically made to test the security of networks or anything connected to the internet, to basically hack, right? And this is what the FBI, the CIA use, the government. And guess what? The last thing that they want is a motherfucker like me figuring out how to use that shit, or you. The last thing they want is a TI regaining their power through knowledge, and even having access to that level of power, because that would imply that just saying that if a TI were to learn those skills, they could become a serious threat to the program. How do you not understand that? How do you not see that? Because think about it. You now have the ability to gain evidence in a way that was unobtainable to you previously. Now, you could literally hack into gang stalking organizations or corrupt government entity organizations and gain intel and evidence from that, target specific employees and hack into their phone and get all their text messages and have evidence that they are participating in illegal activities on a mass scale, organized crime. And then you are now in the position of power and you have them by the balls, and now you have an asset. You could technically blackmail them and tell them to send you $1 million in Bitcoin, and they'd have to do it because you just infiltrated the entire fucking program on a level that hasn't been achieved before. Now, don't get it twisted. You guys think that all gang stalkers somehow fucking know how to hack. No, they don't, bro. I'm telling you right now, I fucking play these fucking idiots like a game of cards. I am the master of the people that think that they are the master of me. The handlers and these gang stalkers, they are scared of me. They fucked right off. They don't want to come near me no more. I beat them bad. And I'm physically able to fucking beat the brakes off them. So they don't want to fuck with me out here in the real world. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them ended up admiring me. Like, there's, you know what I'm saying? They have no choice because I'm resilient. Anybody would admire something like that. Um, but anyways, my point being is that that's why I teach these skills and stuff like that, because at least it gives you a higher perspective over things when it comes to harassment and stuff like that. You could use Kali Linux to literally reverse engineer anything that these people are doing on like on the internet side of things, on the digital side of things, right? Physically, that's a different story. You have to learn tactics to deal with that in that realm. But I teach stuff on the internet because also it was able to generate me income. Now, I couldn't do that for 10 years. No matter what I tried to do, they took it away from me. They fucking all my accounts got locked out. All kinds of crazy shit happened. They annihilated me. I gave up. I didn't even want to try anymore. For years, for like a decade, I was homeless. So but you know, the whole time I was learning this shit in the background, and then I started generating money off of it. And I'm like, no way. Like, am I gonna break free from this shit? Is this gonna happen? They won't let me, right? And then I'm thinking in my head, right? And I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I'm gonna outsmart this shit. And then I started going full force. I started learning it. I started making my videos. They started going viral. I'm taking a risk right now by doing all this shit, right? Like, I'm putting myself out there to get targeted, even, you know, or re-provoke the whole fucking program all over again. But they know that it's ineffective to me. They've already, you know, come to that conclusion and then wrote it off and was like, okay, move on to the next target. This one's fucking, you know, it doesn't work anymore. Ineffective. And that happens. There's lots of CIA fucking programs that were ineffective on other individuals versus other individuals. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they documented all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then they tried to figure out what it was about that individual that made them different, why they weren't affected in the same way as the other ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like fucking documentation. Like, you can go look up probably on their on the CIA website. You know what I'm saying? But so bottom line is, the more you educate yourself and empower yourself through knowledge, the more of a threat you become to the intelligence entities that are trying to harass you, or this low ball bottom feeder fucking harassers or whatever, right? You now could literally, for example, even on YouTube, there's people that, you know, there's gang stalkers and handlers that have been stalking me and harassing me for literally 5 years. They've been in the comments under the same handle for 5 years and emailing me and threatening me and all kinds of crazy shit, trying to do fucking voodoo on my head, make me respond to their shit, try to fuck with my head. They try to do all kinds of shit and it just doesn't work. But there are some that are completely relentless. Like, they will go 5 fucking years nonstop. Like, it's almost like you gotta be, it's like, how could you be so motivated to do this? You have to be getting paid on an astronomical level to fucking invest that much of your time and energy. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I've been able to find these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, have them just, you know, there's things that you can do. OSINT is one of them, right? You know, information gathering, recognizance. You can do that using tools with Kali Linux, and all you need is their username, and all of a sudden you can put that username, you know, into a tool, and it goes out there and finds every single account that's attached to that username and other accounts under real names that are attached to that username. So now you found the real individual and they were trying to hide behind a fake name and a fake username and a fake account. And there's actually a way, sometimes under certain circumstances, that you can connect it to an actual individual. And there's also mistakes that they can make, and there's also things that they can do that can, you know, reveal who they are or their location or IP address or whatever, right? So it's like, you got to really think, if you were really that serious about overcoming this shit, you would be willing to try anything. And this would be intriguing to you. Now, it's also intimidating to a lot of people, and I get that, but I'm a street dude and I was never on no fucking nerdy shit where I could do some shit with a computer. So if I can do this shit now and I'm a fucking supposed to be a homeless fucking loser, blah blah blah, that, you know, everybody said to me when I was homeless for all those years. You know, I'm not homeless anymore. Like, I have a place and everything, but I have a nice place now, actually. You know, and I love, you know, and this is the thing. Every single day, this is how I ground myself. I go for walks in nature every single day. Every single day. I don't even care if it's raining out. I have to do that. It's a part of the healing, and it's a part of detaching myself, you know, from other things, and also getting myself out of the way where I can't be targeted as much. How are you gonna get me out here? Come try to harass me or follow me out here. Fucking hit, where are you gonna find me? How are you gonna, you know what I mean? Like, but anyways, nothing else matters when you come out to nature and stuff. That's another strategy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're talking about physical things, you know, and I literally, man, was living on the side of a mountain in BC, in one of the most vast forests in North America, you know, outside of a small town, 10-minute walk to the town. Like, I'm just still close, you know what I'm saying? And I'm living in a tent overlooking a lake, and every single day I had to climb up a mountain to get up there. Like, almost not a mountain, but like, you know, it was uphill and it was far, you know what I'm saying? And that was a workout every single day that I had to do. And I was willing to do that instead of go to a homeless shelter, because it's sick there. Everybody's sick, everyone's on drugs, people are stealing. I'm gonna end up punching someone out and going to jail, or somebody's gonna try and fentanyl me and try to kill me. And people are trying to do that, like, because I'm not somebody you can beat. So the only way you're gonna fucking get me is if you try to poison me or some shit, and that still won't work, because I'm a child of God. It says even in the Bible that you shall drink poison and it shall not harm you. God protects us, I'm telling you. It's another thing that I had that a lot of TIs don't have, you know what I'm saying, is, and they don't want to talk, you know, they, whatever, they associate it with the program, anything that, when it comes to God, because of the false religions, because of the cults that claimed Christianity, that claimed to be of God, that were doing sick and evil things in the name of God. But if you really knew who God was and God's character, then you would disregard those people and already know that that's not who God is, that's not who Jesus was, and that's not what a Christian is. So then what are you tripping out about? What are you tripping about? You're thinking, you know what I mean? So then you have to educate yourself. Okay, so how could this happen then? What is this? Because these are imposters. They're not really Christians. They're not really people that believe in God. You know what I'm saying? But they're pretending to, for whatever benefit that they gain from it. You know, whether it's donate, you know, money that they're trying to cipher, whatever they're trying to exploit and manipulate and take advantage of, using God as leverage, right, against people that love God. You know, so you gotta go the distance, man. And the reason why I figured all this out is because I was seeking the truth. I wasn't already making my mind up and being like, oh, like I already know everything. And like, I was like, no, I'm gonna figure this shit out and I'm gonna look at everything. I'm not just gonna be like, read one book and be like, okay, yeah, that's the truth. I'm gonna read all 10 books and then determine which one's the truth. I'm gonna go through the experience myself, figure it out for myself, so that way I know the truth and I don't have to go off of what other people think. You know what I'm saying? But bottom line is, focus on the solution and not the problem, and stop manifesting what you don't want. That's what it really comes down to. And you have to endure. You have to suffer for a period of time in silence and act like it's not affecting you for it to stop affecting you. You have to go, and once you go through that process, then there is a time and a place where it's time to expose and talk about and break down and whatever, right? So then I made a YouTube channel. I put myself out there, and guess what? Paid off in a lot of ways, that making that channel. And I thought it would get worse, and it got better, and it went away for a long time. Made me more powerful, me more intimidating to the program, me more of a liability and a risk to the program, that there might be a possibility of real evidence or documentation in a real way, instead of somebody following people around with a camera. Look, this guy's a gang stalker, he's following me. Like, that's not proof, you know what I'm saying? But there is ways to get real proof, and that scares them, because that's the whole thing. It's like a secret society. It's something that is very safe. They take it very seriously when it comes to their operations, when it comes to the anonymity and the secrecy of it cannot be exposed. This is like a government level entity shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's serious, right? So think about that for a sec, and what type of advantage that you would have if you learn some of these skills that I'm teaching on this channel, that you're thinking that something's wrong with me or something. Because I learned this stuff the whole time I was homeless. I was learning this shit, going to the library, having nowhere else to go except for a library. And somebody fucking gave me a laptop at some point in time. I was like, how can I just flip everything that happens to me? I flip it in my benefit somehow. If I can, I'll try. I'll look for a way, and there usually is a way. But there is times where I felt doomed and there was no way out, and I couldn't see a way out, and it almost destroyed me. My health started failing. I got diagnosed with fatty liver disease. Like, bro, I'm still fighting, man. But I'm not getting smashed on the way that I was. And there's a reason for that, strategically. I could make a series of videos and literally break down every single thing that I did, but TIs don't even give a fuck. They don't even want to hear this shit. They would rather just keep saying, oh my god, I'm getting cooked by fucking microwaves. Oh my god, my fucking brain's falling out of my ear. Oh shit, I see shadow people. Like, they're doing this shit to you, and then they're laughing at you because you're responding to it. You're fucking looking like a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? And you get mad at me for saying that shit, saying that now I'm not a TI because I said I'm the way I'm talking. Well, I get it. I used to get upset at people's, when I was going through the shit, that used to say some real shit to me too, and it pissed me off because I'm a pretty capable person. So I was just, at the time, was going through it, man. So I get you. You got to go through a whole process. I'm telling you, like, I can't expect people to be at my level after I went through fucking 15 years of this shit. 20 years or whatever the fuck, and most people don't make it in life, man. Don't make it in life. They don't beat the program. The system is something that has killed everybody that's tried to come against it. Like, what are you gonna do? JFK, Martin Luther King, Tupac, fucking all the revolutionary fucking people that created revolution in humanity, they got taken out. So it's like, bro, I know what to do. I know how to get rid of this program, beat the program, and then stay the fuck away from everything. And that's why I'm already in nature right now. Because the more you try to participate in society and the system, it's going to chew you up and spit you out. The more that you attach yourself to material things, like an apartment, like all the comfortability that you think you need, the more easy you are to target, find, and fuck with. Okay? That's just the facts, whether you like to fucking believe it or not, whether that pisses you off or not. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to put in some fucking work if you want to get out of this shit, or you're going to get picked off, stomped on, and fucking wiped out and fucking wither away and die. That's what's going to happen to you. It's up to you. You're either a fucking victim or you're resilient. Which one are you? I had to stop claiming the fucking victim side of targeted being a TI, and I had to start, taking back control because I'm a fighter. But this game is strategic, it's methodical, it's fucking intellectual, it's next level shit. So you got to do next level shit.